Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm gonna show you today how I fix pretty much a failed urban sketching sketch. Let's go. Singapore is still in what it's called Phase 2 heightened alert. Well, it's a return of the heightened alert. So I went out there, sketched by myself, looking at this playground, and well, you know, as usual, I sit down, put all my gears. It started badly because I broke my tripod. Oh, you know, it's not a good sign when that happens. So anyway, just continuing with my postcard sketch, I decided to do a very quick and simple sketch with a pencil. I'm using a 4B pencil, I think, here, and just doing a simple outline. Things were not going quite right for me. You know, the gears are not quite there. I felt that I started with too small a sketchbook, and there were ants on the ground, and broke. You know, like I said, I broke my tripod. Things were just not going well. Anyway, I finished my sketch, and I decided, okay, let's just finish this up and get out of here quick. I was thinking to myself, well, let's just make it colorful, right? Let's just go in with bright colors, bright red, bright yellow, bright blue, and then try to use some kind of a neutral tone to kind of surround it. Hopefully that should just make the playground pop. Well, at least that's the idea. From a recipe perspective, I can already tell, on hindsight at this point when I'm making this video, that so many things I've done wrong. Well, first, I didn't go in with a composition. Two, I didn't really make the sketch alive with figures or planned figures. There were figures running around but I didn't put them in. And then three, from a color scheme and mixing, I just didn't bring enough of a mixing plate to mix those colors. So there was just plenty of stuff that was going wrong in my head even as I begin. But I kind of attribute it to the fact that I haven't done urban sketching for a while. Singapore has been in this phase 2, phase 3, and all the time that's not possible to do sketching outdoor with friends. And it's not a lot of fun when you're sketching all by yourself. I'm not, I don't really enjoy that. So the sketch shows the level of frustration, if you like, that's pent up inside. But anyway, it was just good to be out there sketching. Wish that the next time I have friends around me, and can banter and can talk. And for those of you who do urban sketching, you understand that part of the urban sketching charm is the social aspects of it. Even at this point, my sense of frustration was growing because the sketch was looking more and more like work from kindergarten kids. Something wrong with that. I mean, as long as they're enjoying themselves and it's a lot of fun putting paint on paper. But for an experienced sketcher, it's certainly not going the way I wanted it, and it was looking a bit, well, to me it was frustration, right? So and the green just wasn't really working, and so on and so forth. There's just too many things going wrong, and I was going to tear this postcard to bits at this point. Quite ready to do that. And anyway, I kind of stopped myself at this point and just do a bit of evaluation and taking a look at the sketch, and decided, all right, I'm packing up and going home. There's just too much problems around me, and I'm gonna try to fix it at home. It is still an urban sketch because I've done the bulk of it on site, and observing it from real life, but the sketch was just not working. So I took the sketch home, came back to the studio. First thing I did was to fix it with a fountain pen, re-outline the entire sketch, and partly from memory, partly from reference photograph I took, and just looking at the shadow and the bright part of the playground. It was very important for me to actually see the light and shade, as most of my other videos I've described. Shade should be in the shade and light should be in the light, and the color scheme and the value tone should correspondingly display what I see. I actually would prescribe that if you feel too frustrated with a sketch, it is okay to abandon it. It's okay to just shred that postcards and start all over on a fresh new page. After all, it is not the sketch that's important, it's the recipe and the process and the learning that comes out of it. Oftentimes we get too hang up on one sketch that it destroy our complete day, one whole day out there in sketching, or destroy our complete week if we let that linger somehow in our heart and mind. So just remember, if a sketch is not going right, it is okay to abandon it. I was prepared to do that with this sketch, but as I fix it with my fountain pen, I actually saw some glimpse of hope that I could potentially salvage this. So first off, put some shadow underneath, put some shadow all around the playground. Why? Because I want to make the playground pop. Remember, if the playground pops, you then have somewhat of at least a salvageable sketch, if you like. It won't be too bad, right? I have too often in my life received lemons, and I have too often in my life decided to make lemon juice with it. You can't really complain about the cuts you get at birth, but whatever cuts you have, you should make the very best out of it, isn't it? Don't you think? I think it's very important to stay positive whatever happens. And even with this COVID situation, it's the same. You think about all the bad things that's happening around all of us. It is so important to just make sure that we stay positive and stay alive and be the best that we can be under the circumstances, right? So again, going back with my pen, putting in the shadow, you can see that the midground and the background begins to pop. I wish I put in some foreground like figures and things like that, but anyway, it doesn't matter at this point, it's too late. So I'm going in to make more lines, have more shadows, draw in more of the shapes that I think belongs, and put in my date and the name. And that's kind of it. At least I've salvaged it. Not very happy with the sketch, but hey, under the circumstances, it was so good to be out there urban sketching again, and even though it was by myself, and be able to just do a simple postcards, continue my postcard series, and be able to post this video. I felt that that is a tremendous win. So this is Whee Teck. I hope you will stay positive as well, like me, wherever you are. Do not let the situation get to you, and stay safe. Whee Teck out.